We're going to start this journey on the border between Sale and Timperley and looking straight up the drive. This is a road leading up towards a roundabout and one leading back onto Washway Road. This was the entrance to a large mansion called Woodhays Hall. Long forgotten about, but clues remain in the road names and buildings in the surrounding area. This is a view looking towards Washway Road. You can see how unusually wide the drive is. As I look around towards Avenley Road and Woodhays Drive, the mansion would have been standing directly in front of me. Looking at the old map, you can see the main road known as Washway Road, named after Washway Farm, and in the centre you can see the drive leading towards the hall. I've overlaid the present map over the old map for you to see exactly where the hall stood. I tried to find pictures of Woodhays Hall, but it proved more difficult than I thought. I think a trip down to Sale Library would be beneficial. This is a picture of Woodhays Grange off the avenue. As you can see, a very impressive building, and I'm sure Woodhays Hall would have looked the same, if not bigger. I spent my younger days living in Sale West, and Manor Avenue cuts right through from Carrington Lane all the way up to Woodhays. Up till recently, I didn't know that Manor Avenue was actually named after a manor. This is the avenue looking towards the Racecourse estate. The avenue was a private road and would have been the main entrance to the manor house. I'm sure many of you recognise the area. As I look across the road, I would have been looking directly at the front of the manor house. This is the old map of the area. To the right of the picture is the tree-lined road called the Avenue. This was the main private access to the manor house. The line running straight up and down is Manor Avenue. Again, looking at the old map overlaid with the modern one, a prominent wooded square area can clearly be seen. Let's take a closer look. This is known as Sale West Park, situated in the heart of the Racecourse estate. The park is also next to Sale West Community Centre, where I made lots of visits when I was younger and made loads of friends over the years. Some great champions of sport, supported by great community leaders, came from here. This park would have been the grounds at the back of the manor house, which may have been used for parties and recreation, as it is today. I've looked at the old street directory of 1906 to 1913. Here is one of the residents of the manor house. His name was Frederick Linzel. He was born in 1852 and died in 1917. He was a solicitor at Nichols and Harris and Linzel, based in South Manchester. Looking towards Ascot Avenue from two different angles, this is where the great house would have once stood. Although nothing remains of the house, it was demolished in 1963 to make way for the new housing to accommodate Manchester's growing needs. Our next location is Sale Old Hall, adjacent to Sale Water Park. The roundabout used to house the Dovecote, which has been painstakingly restored and moved to its Walkden Gardens location opposite Sale Hotel on Marsden Road. The hall stood to the right of myself, where Sale Water Park Metrolink station now stands. The old hall was demolished in 1920. It probably dates back to the Middle Ages. It would have most probably started its life as a timber building. This was the former home of Sir William Henry Bailey. He was born in Salford on the 10th of May 1838 and attended the Manchester Grammar School until he was 14 years of age. He was knighted by Queen Victoria on the Royal Yacht in 1894 on the occasion of Her Majesty's opening of the Manchester Ship Canal. Sir William carried out a number of experiments on sounds at various south coast ports with the object of giving plainer and clearer language to mariners and lighthouse keepers. He strove to introduce the government to adopt the Morse code as the alphabet of the sea. This is Sale Old Hall. What a magnificent building it was. It's hard to comprehend that it was allowed to disappear. For anyone who's visited Sale Marina, you would undoubtedly stepped cautiously across these stepping stones. They lay at the far end near Rifle Road. In the centre of each block is a circular indentation. I'm going to explain why they are there. I believe this is part of an entrance to the Old Hall, as illustrated in this image. This was part of the grounds of the Great Hall. The stones are of the right period and haven't travelled far from their origin. When you next visit Sale Water Park, just remember the hidden history around us and the clues that are before our eyes. If anyone has any requests to film or research an area, please leave any comments at the end of this video. From the Old Hall there's a tree-lined entrance leading to the River Mersey. There's a public house here commonly known as the Jackson's Boat. Its former name was the Bridge Inn and the crossing was called Jackson's Bridge. I've been speaking to Paul from Wicked Acorn, who's going to investigate the history of this public house. Please check out his YouTube channel. I'd like to thank Carol Underwood and the National Library of Scotland. Thank you for watching.